Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor, and welcome to another edition of This Week in Crowder College. We've got Crowder's Director of Public Information with us today, Cindy Brown, and we can't wait to hear what she's going to tell us about. So, hey, welcome back to the program, Cindy.
Thank you for having me, Luke. We have some exciting news as far as our student athletes. To play college sport is like having a job as well as going to school. And what better way to celebrate those student athletes than to brag about their GPAs for the fall semester?
Yeah, and the numbers are in from last fall, so how did the students do?
Well, they did amazing. Our softball team had an average of 3.52 GPA, and, that's 20 players, somewhere in that range. Our baseball team has over 40-some players, close to 50 players. They were at 3.31. And then our esports team, which is made up of a lot of different players, had a 3.26 GPA, rounding out those over a 3.25 GPA.
Wow, those are some pretty good numbers. I mean, that's, a lot of people go to college and don't have a GPA that well, but just the athletes alone, their average GPA was real strong there. And so that shows that they're not just there to goof off and play games, but they're there to really study and get a good education while they're at Crowder.
Oh, absolutely. And, I credit that to, the hard work of the students, the recruits that we bring in, the coaches and their work ethic, and not only on the field but in the classroom. I know the coaches have study halls and different things, but your competition isn't just what's on the field. It's how do I do in the classroom, because you want those students who are going to thrive and do well so that they are getting the education side of it as well as being able to get to enjoy and hopefully play a sport that they love to do.
Well, and I know that Crowder, of course, also has a minimum GPA that they want student athletes to hit if they're going to participate in the sports, but it's a lot lower than these numbers, so that it shows me that these students are not just trying to coast, but they're really trying to excel and do their best. Oh,
exactly. To graduate from college or from community college, you have to have a 2.0 GPA, and NJCAA has requirements for student athletes to be able to play, and they have to take so many hours, and they have certain requirements to do. But to be and this is not just one person, this is a team average, which is
right,
huge, because that means you're always going to have those who do very well and some that struggle a little bit, and there'll be those that are in between. But for just looking at the softball team, to have a 3.52 GPA as a team is quite an accomplishment. And the more players on the team, like baseball, the more students who have to perform. So it makes me proud. I know Brandy Arthur, our athletic director, as well as all of our coaches, are proud of those student athletes who make the grades and come to practice. We don't realize how many hours they put in, but those kids are working in the fall. Softball and baseball, while they don't have regular season games, they have scrimmages. And scrimmages can go on forever. So they can have lots of scrimmages throughout a weekend or during the week, besides the practices and things that they do. And to see their grades be this good is just it's just something we're really proud of.
Yeah, no, I would be too. And so, yeah, maybe just one more comment I'd make is that for anybody out there who maybe you're a student in high school and you're looking toward college, you're wanting to play sports in college, but you're also really serious about your education, and it sounds like Crowder would be a place where you can put both of those things together real well.
Absolutely. As the programs have grown and been successful, we continue to get those very talented student athletes, and like I said, talented on the field or on the court and in the classroom as well.
All right. Well, if people want to find out more, we encourage them to check out crowder.edu. We've been speaking today with Cindy Brown, the Director of Public Information out there for Crowder. And hey, Cindy, thanks again for your time.
Luke, thank you as always.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.